I was starting to think about our next guest, and I was thinking she's probably seen more Michigan State games than even Jim Miller. And then I realized there's no way she's old enough to have seen you play at East Lansing.
Well,
fair or unfair?
That's probably fair enough. That's fair.
She of course is. There she is. Angelique Chengelis is going to get right in without having a question even asked. Angelique?
Rick, I'm pretty sure I've seen most games. I think I've seen every Michigan State game ever played. I feel like I've been covering Michigan football that long. So since '92. So I've covered a lot of them. But honestly, I know you haven't asked a question yet. I can honestly tell you all the games I've covered. This is the one game I've really, really anticipated with a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, this one definitely feels different in a lot of different ways.
Why so, Angelique? I mean, we've known Mark D'Antonio since he got to East Lansing has said year in and year out, doesn't matter who else we're playing. This is the most important game on our schedule. Why does this one feel different?
This feels a little different because I think Michigan knows that Michigan State's defense is top-notch, and I don't care who they've played. A lot of people can make arguments one way or the other. I think this is a top-notch defense, and I think Michigan understands that the whole little brother thing, that's been overdone. But right now I feel like Michigan's a little bit of a little brother going into this game, and the tables have turned a little bit, and they're not the favorites going into this game, and they're playing in an angry environment. And I just think that they're ranked 23rd and 24th. They're not in the top 10. But this feels like a big Michigan State game.
Hey, Angelique, this is Brandon Williams. Has Brady Hoke addressed their road issues this week, and has he really tried to change up some things from when they go on the road to playing at home?
And that's a great point because they've clearly struggled this season on the road as they did last season, and they've always struggled on the road under Brady Hoke in his 2.5 seasons, and barely beat a bad UConn team and came back against Penn State after getting in a hole because of turnovers, and turnovers have always been the issue on the road for Michigan. And I don't know how you clean that up. I mean, he's had 2 weeks to get this team ready for that. They have taken care of the football better since that first half against Penn State. So I think that's the primary focus of why this team has struggled on the road. Now, you talk to the players, they love going on the road. I think every college player, I think you would all say that you like playing on the road. You like being in that nastiness and that environment where everyone's against you. So I don't think it's attitude or approach. I think it really, bottom line, is taking care of the football.
Hey, Angelique, Jim Miller, obviously not only Michigan State, but hey, let's face it, the Legends division is on the line in this matchup, and we've talked plenty about Michigan State's defense. They are devastating. What has Brady Hoke done since the bye to correct some of the issues on Michigan defensively, as obviously Indiana was able to put up a few points a couple of weeks ago?
Well, Jim, that's a great point. I mean, they gave up way too many yards to Indiana, but again, this is a different offense than they're going to face tomorrow in East Lansing. Michigan State's not that kind of that up-tempo. They're going to throw all the time and throw big on you. I don't think Connor Cook is there yet. I think what they're expecting is a very consistent performance from a young quarterback, a guy who's gotten some experience this year, but maybe not as much as Mark D'Antonio would like. But still, I think Brady feels pretty good about his pass rush. I think Michigan fans will point out, the sack numbers aren't there yet. They really haven't seen it, but Brady Hoke and Greg Madison think that they've gotten pressure on the quarterback. That's what they want to see tomorrow. They want to see Frank Clark getting aggressive with Connor Cook. They want to see Jake Ryan, who will start, who's definitely started really improving since coming back from the ACL, getting his feet wet in those first 2 games. They want him to be an impact player on defense. So I think having Jake Ryan more healthy than he's been all season is going to be a little bit of a factor for the Michigan defense.
Angelique, I'm not going to ask you to play weathercaster here, but we know it's basically supposed to be miserable on Saturday in East Lansing. Low to mid-40s, some drizzle, some rain, wet field. I guess the conventional wisdom would be that favors Michigan State. I know you and I will be up in the press box watching. We're not going to be down in the field in the elements. Will those elements, in your opinion, have a major impact on the game?
Well, being in the press box will affect my game, yes. I'll be dry, but yeah, I do. I think it favors Michigan State. I will go with that conventional wisdom. I think they've got a better running game, and I think that they will be able to run the ball against Michigan. And I think with the weather, I think both teams are going to have to run the ball. And I think we know that Michigan, Fitz Toussaint has struggled. You can certainly point to his big numbers against Indiana, but that wasn't that's not the Michigan State defense. And I think Michigan State's been able to move the ball on the ground, and I think so. I think you've got to put that in Michigan State's favor.
Hey, Angelique, last one for me because it is such a special game being the Michigan State rivalry. Has there been anything coming out of either Ann Arbor or East Lansing where the coaches are planning on doing anything special to just really remind their teams of what this game means this week?
Nothing in Ann Arbor beyond the usual, Jim. No former players coming in. Nobody came in this week to talk to the team. I think being around the building this week at U of M, I will tell you, Jim, it seemed very loose. It seemed like not lighthearted, but not like they're really just cringing under all this pressure of preparing for this defense. They seem pretty loose. I think they feel very good because they've got. I think the X factor going into this game is Devin Gardner. I mean, they feel like they've got the best weapon offensively on the field, and he's got a couple pretty good targets in Jeremy Gallen and Devin Funchess. So I think they feel pretty good about their chances. I think Greg Medicine feels like they've corrected some of the issues on defense. Namely, they have Jake Ryan almost not 100%, but pretty healthy.
She is Angelique Chengelis. We know her as a sports writer, but she's also cameoing here on BTN Live as a weathercaster and even a little bit of a psychologist. Angelique, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you on Saturday in East Lansing.
And as always, I thank you for the time.